If you're thinking about selling your home in Lethbridge, Alberta, and wondering how to get the best possible price, whether you're looking to upgrade, downsize, or just get some cash out of your property, I'm about to share 5 powerful strategies that can boost your home's value and help it sell for top dollar. Now, these tips aren't just for $1 million homes. They work no matter the price range. So stick around because this advice could put thousands of extra dollars in your pocket when it comes time to sell. So let's get into it. Now, selling a home can be overwhelming. You're balancing everything from staging to cleaning to paperwork to finding the right buyer. But here's the good news. Just with a few smart moves, you can really make your home stand out and sell for more. And the best part is, some of these tips don't even require a huge investment of either your time or your money. Just a little bit of effort and a little bit of extra know-how. So whether you're planning on listing tomorrow or in a few months, these tips are going to be an evergreen piece of content that you can come back to. And these 5 tips will give you that edge that you need when it comes time to sell. So tip number 1 is that first impressions actually do matter. And they matter big time. I mean, just think about it. The first thing that the buyer sees is your home's exterior. When they come with a realtor and they pull up in front of the house, of course, the first thing they're going to see is that front curb appeal. And that's why curb appeal is king. A couple of things that you can maybe think about doing is put a fresh coat of paint on that front door, tidy up the landscaping, clean your driveway, and those little things can actually make a really big difference. Now, you don't have to go all out. Just make sure that that front landscape looks inviting and makes people actually want to come into the home. For example, you can, spend a little bit of money in potting a few plants here and there. You can get those new house numbers, if one's crooked or broken or something like that, some of those plastic ones in the winter time to chip and break. So just replace those. It'll cost you like $5 or $10. Another thing that I recommend is to pressure wash the front of the home, your stairs, and maybe even the driveway or the sidewalk. When you pull up to a home and everything looks clean and brand new, it's going to give that first impression that's going to make one of buyers excited to get inside of your home. So some other things to consider would be pulling the weeds, hide your trash can around the house. Nothing's uglier than a big eyesore of a dirty old trash can in front of your house. And just remove any of that extra clutter that you might have. Sometimes, if you're cleaning or you got a pile of leaves on the front or a garbage bag full of leaves, just kind of hide that around the side of the house so that the front of the home just looks impeccable. Tip number 2 is stage like a pro. Now, don't freak out here because I know staging sounds kind of overwhelming and kind of pricey. However, staging isn't just for $1 million homes. It's for anyone who wants their home to feel fresh, open, and inviting. The goal with staging is to help buyers imagine themselves living in your space, and you can start by decluttering. Honestly, less is more when it comes to staging. And really, 9 times out of 10 for me, I don't hire a staging company to make your home look fantastic. We just don't need it. Use what you have, but be strategic. Rearrange your furniture to highlight some of the best features of your home. Like if you had a big fireplace or some big large windows or something, you really want to accent those and make those the star of the home. If you're not sure where to start, don't worry because I can help you with that when the time comes. Just remember, less is more, and take everything off your counters, put your shampoo bottles from your shower underneath your sink, and just if you can get rid of everything off the counters, I promise it'll look kind of cold to you, but to a buyer, it's going to be very inviting, like they're coming into a brand new home. Now, tip number 3 is to upgrade the little things. So big renovations can be expensive and time consuming, and honestly, in Lethbridge, it's really tough to get your money out of a renovation if you're thinking about selling right now. Lots of the times you'll get your money out, but what's the point spending all this time doing a bunch of renovations just to break even on your time and your investment? But those small upgrades can have a huge impact, and it's really not going to cost you a lot of time or a lot of money. So think about new light fixtures, updating cabinet hardware. I mean, just the little knobs that are in your cabinets, those can actually go a really long way. And even, those modern faucets in the kitchen or in the bathroom, these little touches are going to make your home feel fresh and well maintained, which is exactly what buyers want. And here's a pro tip: focus on the kitchens and the bathrooms the most, because honestly, that's the thing that sells homes, is kitchens and bathrooms. Now, could you actually get more money for your home if you upgraded these things? Well, the short answer is yes, but it's not going to get you well above the other comparables around you. But I mean, if you could spend $200 or $300 and maybe put an extra $1,000 or $2,000 in your pocket, do you think these upgrades are worth it? Well, that's just for you to decide. Now, tip number 4 is to make repairs before listing. Now, These aren't upgrades like I just mentioned. These are the repairs that you know that you've been meaning to do, but you just haven't got around to them. Don't worry, everybody has these in these houses. So no buyer is going to walk into a home that feels like a fixer-upper unless that's what they're looking for. And if they're looking for that and they're coming to your home and you're not expecting it to be a fixer-upper, you're going to get lowballed. This could be replacing or patching holes in the walls, or fixing leaky faucets, or replacing broken tiles, or maybe even just touching up the trim around your house. Literally, even something as simple as making sure all your light bulbs work and that they're all the right color. Please don't put a white light bulb next to a warm light bulb, especially for photos. It's going to look horrible. And the mixing light really does something dramatic to your home that nobody wants. Just make them all consistent. Doesn't matter if they're all white, doesn't matter if they're all orange or that warmer color. Just make sure they're all consistent. And believe me, after living in your home a long time, we can all get blindsided by these little things that we've been meaning to take care of. But believe me, the buyers are definitely going to notice. So a little effort now can prevent buyers from lowballing you later in the future. And tip number 5 is to price it right. And this one might be the most important of all to maximize how much money is actually going to end up in your pocket. Now, overpricing your home is a mistake that could cost you both time and your money. Now, sure, it's tempting to list high and just see what happens. Maybe the right buyer's out there, or you're going to find that one Goldilocks buyer that doesn't care how much it is. They just want to pay you. I'm telling you, the chances of finding that are like less than 1%. But at the end of the day, buyers are smart. And if there is an experienced agent on the other side helping them out, they're probably going to be even smarter and even sharper than they are. They're going to know if your price is out of line with the market. Instead, work with a real estate agent to find that sweet spot. A competitively priced home will attract more interest, which could even lead to multiple offers, especially in this market. And that is when the magic really happens, to see that extra money in your pocket. I've seen it far too often on the other end, where a seller wants to try really high and then start reducing the price to get to what the market will actually bear. And once the days on market are significantly higher than the average day on market, and the buyer sees all these price reductions, the most common question that I get from buyers when a listing is sitting on the property too long is, "Hey Kurtis, what's wrong with this home? Why has it been sitting on the market too long? Do you think there's something wrong with it?" And finally, when you do get an offer, you're likely to end up with less money in your pocket after you've listed high and reduced and got an offer after so many days. You're going to actually get less money in your pocket than if you just would have listed at a more reasonable price to begin with. So number 6 is actually my bonus tip. And I have a checklist of about 12 items that I go through with my sellers before we list to ensure that we're going to maximize the sale of your home. And yes, all 5 of those items that I just talked about are on this list, but there's a lot more that I don't talk about on camera because honestly, that's just my secret sauce and I don't need my competition to know about them. However, there is one that I do want to go over that's obviously pretty obvious, and I do it for all my listings, and that is high quality video marketing. Now, there is a stat out there that says that buyers are 80% more likely to remember your home if there is a professional home tour rather than without one. Further, I actually have the biggest reach in Lethbridge on Instagram and YouTube, and I can get your home the most exposure on my platforms, bringing in buyers from all over Canada. No, I'm 100% serious. About 80% of my buyers are either from BC or Ontario. And now I've actually seen a lot of people from Calgary start to move to Lethbridge, chasing that affordability that's here. Now, using those last 5 tips and combining it with social media and a big reach, as well as some of those other tips that I don't really like to talk about on camera, I know that we can maximize the dollar value we get out of your home. So there you have it. There are 5 tips that can help you sell your home for more, from boosting your curb appeal all the way to pricing it just right. These tips are all about making your home as appealing as possible to potential buyers. Now, just remember that selling your home is about showcasing its best features and creating that wow factor for buyers. So if you're thinking about selling, or you just want to know your home's value and keep up to date with the market, down below is a link to receive a free online home evaluation. My contact information is also located down below, so feel free to call, text, or email me anytime. And if you guys like this video and found it helpful, be sure to hit that subscribe button right here so you never miss another video. And check out this playlist I've linked here of similar videos just like this. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.